20 years later, I think we're much less optimistic than we were about the capacity of welfare states or systems of social provision and regulation to improve the life of ordinary people.
I think that the ideas we developed at the time and the kind of methodological sophistication that we have today, I think the evidence for a productive welfare state in a capitalist economy is actually stronger today than ever before.
The forum 20 years ago addressed a very interesting topic at a favorable moment.
So 20 years later, here I am in the Villa Schifferneue in a very large Schuman Centre. 20 years ago, the Schuman Centre was very, very small, and the forum, the Welfare State Forum that we ran in 1998, 1999, I think, it was the first big project that the Schuman Centre had. There's all kinds of significance to the European Forum on the Welfare States 20 years ago, but beyond its content and its intellectual value and so on was the fact that it was institutionally very important for putting the Schuman Centre on the map.
I try to implement policies, I try to innovate policies, and I experienced how extremely difficult it is, especially if you want to organize solidarity these days. And I think that's one of the things that has really shifted, that there are no homogeneous societies anymore, and that there are so many people who live in their own bubble and do not very much relate to each other anymore. And then it's very, very difficult to organize solidarity, a cornerstone of the welfare state.
We didn't have so much immigration, for example, back 20 years ago, while now the increasing diversity of our society is putting the welfare state under new stress. We also have a fully integrated monetary union, which we didn't have at the time yet, and we have a process of globalization which has gone very, very far. So new challenges, but the welfare state is still center stage.
I think we had an image of reform that was proceeding and could proceed further, could be expanded, but a kind of faith in the reform process that I think has been profoundly disrupted by the financial crisis and the kind of political unraveling that we're seeing across Europe and North America and Australasia as well. In addition, I've been very interested in the gendered aspects of these changes, where perhaps one of the things we see now more profoundly is that there's been a directional shift in the gendered logic of systems of social provision and regulation towards supporting women's employment. I think 20 years ago that might have been considered a more open question, and now it seems clear that most states will find some way to enhance or mandate maternal employment, and that has a whole host of political and social consequences that I think we're only now beginning to reckon with.
It's fair to say that the welfare state is here to stay. More?